Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is your Mars and Cancer video. And I'm not doing this in any particular order, as people will know. But I decided that since I started out with the exalted Mars, I would do the debilitated Mars, which is Cancer. So all those people with Mars and Cancer, you don't get a pat on the back because your Mars here sucks. I'm just kidding. I don't like the debilitated and exalted thing. I always get comments. They're like, oh, well, this is a great place for it because it's exalted here. F that noise, guys. It doesn't matter if you're exalted or debilitated. Your life is going to suck because life is what you make it. That's how I go through my life. Anyway, so this is Mars and Cancer. And it is debilitated here because Mars is getting totally flushed out by this big old water sign. This highly powerful charged water is crushing Mars's fire, and it turns you into a passive aggressive crazy person. Water is the biggest force, and water is emotional, and water likes to hide, and so you have this anger and emotion. So what does Mars and Cancer do except hide it all inside of you to the point where you can't even dig it out, and you don't even know why you're feeling certain ways that you're feeling, and it sucks. So when your Mars is in Cancer, you retreat into your own self. When you're angry, when you're passionate, when you're happy, any emotion is going to come from Mars, and those emotions, those strong, deep emotions, are going to just be hiding away in this Cancer sign inside of you. And when you do try to get things out, it will come out very passive aggressively. And I feel like that's everybody I've met in Texas since I've lived here. Cancer protects. I don't know if you've noticed this, but because Cancer is the mother, it's ruled by the moon, Cancer is the home. It's very much about protection and protecting oneself. So you want to protect yourself from emotions, your own emotions and other people's emotions. And if you go too far the wrong way, people will think you're crazy. And it's because you start acting out in crazy ways that you think are normal. But if you are not rationally going through your emotions, or rationally going through your passions, your fears, your excitements, your energy, if that's not rational, which you can't when you're protecting it because you're not thinking it, you're just hiding it, you act out in weird ways that you think are normal, and they're not. It's just something that you might want to know about yourself, that you might actually be doing that. Mars in Cancer as a seductor is going to come at you in a nurturing way. They are going to want to hear your problems. They're going to come at you not necessarily in a sexy, I'm so sexy, I radiate sex way. It's going to be in a, I want to take care of you. I want all of your fantasies to be fulfilled because I can do that because I'm Mars in Cancer, and I'm going to love you in the ways that you want to be loved. And if somebody were to hurt that in you, you would be very angry and protective. In fact, a lot of times you might find that you're very protective when it comes to the way you have sex, that you may not give up all of yourself in sex. It might be hard for you to let go. Where a Mars in Capricorn can't really let go of their anger in a normal way, but in sex they're able to just be free. Cancer can't let it go in a normal way. And when it comes to sex, they can't be free because they're afraid that someone's going to take that from them, and they're protective. And so they may not give you everything. They might make you really feel like they're giving you all of it, but when it comes down to it, they're just not. They're holding it dear and near and everything to them. What does make the Mars in Cancer angry? Like, because everybody has their outbursts, right? Whatever. So if they're just protecting it all the time, what is it that's going to make the Mars in Cancer come at you? Like, ruthlessly attack you. And it ultimately goes to when they feel cornered. when they feel that they have nowhere to move, because they're protecting everything, but they're in a corner and they can't move, and it makes them feel crazy, and so they attack. And they can be very argumentative. Some of the most argumentative people have Mars in Cancer because of that fact. They don't want to ruffle feathers, but when they do, it's a flood of water coming at you, and you may not be able to survive. So be careful of that. So if you are a peaceful soul and you are able to talk rationally with the Mars in Cancer and kind of step back for a moment and allow them to process things and to maybe even attack you, and just kind of like be willing to apologize, be willing to stay calm and allow them to yell at you, and then just kind of go back and be like, you know what, I'm really sorry, let's start this again. Because the Mars in Cancer wants peace, they want harmony, and they want to protect you too. They don't just want to protect themselves, they want to protect you. And so if they love you, they will protect you, and they want to protect their children. And it can get to a point where it's not even rational to protect these people. Like, you can't protect your 16-year-old child anymore. A Mars in Cancer finds it very hard to rip themselves away from the protection of their children, like a mother lion, even if they're a boy. It can be that way with their spouse, their significant other. You break up with a Mars in Cancer, and the fact that they felt like they were protecting you and that you were a part of them is going to make them extremely emotional and angry, because it's like you ripped a piece out from them. And not only can they no longer protect you, you are no longer protecting them. And in that case, you have abandoned them. It's when things go wrong that the Mars in Cancer all of a sudden is unable to get a good grip and footing on the situation. If you give them time, and after the flood leaves them, they can function. But they need people who are very patient and who don't attack. And that is your Mars in Cancer. Okay, bye.